Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Titán del 86. Here you will find everything from your favorite characters, from anime, series, or movies, such as figures, statues, trading cards, and other limited special edition items. I will show you everything that is included. For example, we will discuss the design of the box, how it's packaged, the design of the figure, the articulation points, the accessories that are included, and we will see our favorite characters in special scenes. And you never know, you might see other characters make special guest appearances, so you can decide whether it's worth getting or not. Subscribe and join me on new weekly adventures. Now let's start the show. Let's go. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Titán del 86 and today I went and saw the movie Thunderbolts, which is the new Marvel movie that just came out. In this movie, it features Florence as Yelena, Sebastian as Bucky, Julia as Valentina, David as Alexeis, Wyatt as John Walker, Hannah as Eva, and Olga as Antonia. So those are like the main characters, and you can see that they're in the front of the poster. What you see on the screen is basically the popcorn box. If you go to AMC, this is a special item that's up for grabs as the popcorn holder, which is basically Red Guardian's limousine business. I don't know why, I saw it and I thought about not getting it, and I ended up getting it, and here it is. Looking at it is really long. And one thing that I noticed over the years, especially with AMC, is when the first Marvel movie started coming out after Infinity War, they started offering like these popcorn holders, and at first they were actual popcorn cans, but I think as they saw some revenue come in there, they started getting the idea of making it more special to adapt something from the movie. So we've seen other examples of these particular popcorn holders being done in the past. In this one, it basically takes the shape of the limousine that Alexei drives, because that's his vehicle. So that's kind of where it comes in. And here you can see the Red Guardian driving it. On the back side, you can see John Walker's arm with the shield. There isn't really much. The wheels don't spin on it. The Red Guardian is not articulated or anything. I know in this channel normally we do these types of figures to show you everything and what the figure is capable of doing. But in this one, I just wanted to talk about the movie. And honestly, if you're interested in getting the popcorn holder, this is basically what they got. It is replicated very well, just a beat up limousine. So this is basically taken from the scene that is being shown in the previews, where he's driving down some desert road and they're being shot at. And that's as far as I'm gonna go. Obviously, I'm doing this review of this movie and I'm gonna try not to spoil it, just to share my experience of the movie. If you're like me on the Thunderbolts, I was a little bit 50-50 whether I should go see it or not. So I basically came back and decided to make this video, not only to show the popcorn special item that AMC is offering. As you can see here, the details is pretty good, and it's got the little Red Guardian character, and that's really what sold it for me. And honestly, that was one of the reasons why, if I look at all these characters of who they play, you have Yelena, Bucky, Valentina, Red Guardian, the Taskmaster, US Agent, and Ghost. And honestly, out of all of them, the one that I really like is Red Guardian. If you remember, he first showed up in the movie Black Widow, and that's also where Yelena came through. Obviously, Bucky's been the Winter Soldier, and he's been in all the Captain America movies, basically. Then I know Julia started showing up recently, and John Walker basically came out from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I wasn't too much into that character. I know in that series he was kind of like supposed to be the good guy, but he had some mental struggles there as he was trying to draw a fine line of being the new Captain America and so forth, and honestly he sucked at it. Then you have Eva as Ghost. They showed up in the second movie of Ant-Man, and then with Taskmaster also showing up from the movie Black Widow. So I know if you're a big Marvel fan, you already kept up with the series and the movies from the past. Jumping into this timeline and where this movie goes to shouldn't have too much impact, but if you're coming in without seeing all the other movies, I think the main ones that you really want to watch before watching this movie would be Black Widow, along with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So if you watch those two, then you are perfectly set up for this movie, honestly. I would bias you to watch Black Widow over Captain America and the Winter Soldier if you really needed to, and that is because the movie basically centers around Yelena. That's why you want a little bit of a history, and it's basically written in the Black Widow movie. And to me, that's kind of why I was 50-50 on this movie, because I'm not really a huge fan of most of these characters. The ones that I really like is Bucky, and I don't know why I really like the Red Guardian. And honestly, the Red Guardian was the best part of the Black Widow too. So I kind of wanted to see him in more action. And that is what drew me more into wanting to watch this movie. And honestly, to me, in this movie, if I had to give out an award, I would say that David Harbour as the Red Guardian would deserve it. To me, he was the MCP of this movie. I really like how he goes into his characters, and he's a really good actor, but he was meant to be Red Guardian. He is just out there over the top. And honestly, he has a very good element to the movie, and to me, the best scenes are actually the scenes where he's present. Honestly, and I know it's supposed to focus on Yelena, but to me, the real star that really outshone here, at least in my opinion, was the Red Guardian, played by David. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on that, especially if you already went and saw the movie. The other thing is that the movie is an action hero movie, but it also taps into mental health, so that's as far as I go there. One thing that I did like is that they brought back the Ghost character. I thought that was going to be mostly a forgotten character right after the second movie of Ant-Man. Again, just circling back to the main premise of this video. If you're on the fence and not watching it, I would just strongly suggest just go ahead and watch it. You're going to enjoy it, especially with the Red Guardian scenes. To me, those were the best scenes, and obviously Bucky really has some good action scenes as well. The movie has the running time of a typical Marvel movie, which is about 2 hours. So one thing that you're going to realize is that the 2 hours runs pretty fast. It has a bunch of action scenes, and like I mentioned, Red Guardian has a bunch of funny scenes in it, just to keep the tone and the rhythm, kind of giving you the break from those intense scenes into a comic break. And obviously it's got the drama, the characters struggling with the self-innards and all that. Like I mentioned earlier, this is somewhat of a mental health type movie, and it's balanced perfectly well. It did get a little bit slow towards the end, but it kind of quickly came back with an action scenes and stuff. But other than that, it's pretty good. For me, the 2 hours flew very quickly, so that's why I'm suggesting it. If you're on the fence of not watching it, I just say, you know what, go ahead and watch it. You will enjoy it. If you already seen the movie, let me know what your thoughts are. This is all I have for you today. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and I'll see you next week with a brand new one. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in these types of videos. And like I said, I made this one specifically because I was basically on a 50-50 whether I should go see it or just skip out on it and wait until it comes out later on.